第二次世界大戦下のイギリスに
To neutralize the German U-boats.
非公式の特殊部隊が存在した。
You won't like them. They're all mad. Marvelous. They're picked up by the Germans, torture and death.
Abort this mission now.
Sorry?
Can't hear you.
Please do off.
アンジェントルメン。第二次世界大戦の裏で
I have a mission I want you to lead.
無認可非公式の特殊部隊が存在した。
To neutralize the German U-boats in the North Atlantic.
I'll lead my own team.
集められたのは
Mad.
Hitler is not playing by the rules, so neither are we.
Marvelous. They're picked up by the Germans, torture and death.
Were we a party?
Our mission will fail.
Abort this mission now.
Sorry?
Can't hear you.
Please do off.
アンジェントルメン。
Now.
Halt! Erlauben Sie mir.
I can manage myself, but thank you.
Ich bitte Sie.
Allow me, Miss Stewart. Door.
Locked.
Case.
Working on it.
「第二次世界大戦下のイギリスに
To neutralize the German U-boats.
非公式の特殊部隊が存在した。
You won't like them. They're all mad. Marvelous. They're picked up by the Germans, torture and death.
Abort this mission now.
Sorry?
Can't hear you.
Please do off.
アンジェントルメン。
Being approached about this movie was a unique experience. I was filming Reacher, and I got a call from my team that Guy Ritchie had a film, and he wanted me to take a look at the script. So I read it over a weekend, and was, this is the kind of movie I think actors dream about doing, and of course working with Guy, it's anybody would say yes. So I'm reading the script, going, I don't know. There was no character attached to it. They just wanted me to read it, and I loved it. I was riveted by the story, and I also couldn't really, get a gauge of like who they were interested, because it could go either way. There was one character that was written like he was huge. There was another character that I was very interested in because he's kind of he's the character I'm playing now, but he was a badass, and so I was like, I told my team I loved the script, and Guy wanted to jump on a Zoom. So I get on a Zoom with Guy, and usually, there's like a few minutes of chit-chat, and you get to know each other. And then it's like, okay, so let's talk about this character. Let's talk about this movie. What do you see? What do I see? Is our vision aligned? And there was none of that. He was like, you look like a barbecue, kind of. You love barbecues. You want to have a barbecue with me? And I was like, sure, I'd love to have a barbecue with you, Guy, anytime. He was like, do you want to do the movie? I was like, sure, I'd love to do the movie if you would like for me to do the movie. He was like, great, let's do the movie. I was like, okay. So I called my team, and I was like, I think I just got the offer for the movie. I don't know if that was sincere. It seems too easy. But that was it. And then we did a deal for the movie, and then I'm playing Anna's Lesson. When I started studying these characters, I read 3 books about both the character that I play and the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, these declassified documents in 2012. And I'm disappointed that I didn't know more about these characters and these stories already, that, you know, we're not like taught the lore of who these guys were in school. They're so heroic. And I think anytime you have these kind of protagonists that are historical but larger than life, they deserve to be seen in all their glory. You know, the size and scope of what they were, their stature, you know, deserves to be spread across that large screen, I think. So I think it's the only way to see this. I realized right away Guy's process is this very exciting, organic, let's make sure that we've reimagined the best of what this could be, you know, and if it's similar to what's on the page, great, and if not, even better. So it really puts you on your heels as an actor, especially when you're playing a character like so foreign to you. But then you realize tonally, this film is something totally different to Guy, which is why he's so good at what he does. He can put a stylized, personalized fingerprint on something that's just so him. And that's what he did. For us, just right out of the gate, there was sort of a cool factor to everything these characters did, a pace and a rhythm that was very offbeat. You know, if you think you're coming in as like, you know, a traditional army, you're running towards the front of the battlefield, like it was anything but that. There was a casual, nonchalant nature to the way these characters moved, and it made it funny. Working with Guy Ritchie is unlike any experience I've ever had, and it's simultaneously the scariest and most exhilarating creative endeavor I've been a part of. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
第二次世界大戦下のイギリスに
To neutralize the German U-boats.
非公式の特殊部隊が存在した。
You won't like them. They're all mad. Marvelous. They're picked up by the Germans, torture and death.
Abort this mission now.
Sorry?
Can't hear you.
Please do.
Ungentleman.
I wanted to reinvigorate my love for filmmaking. I wanted to get back into a job which was going to be the most enjoyable and really sort of get my creative juices flowing again. And so when I heard that Guy was doing this, it was an immediate draw. For me, my most enjoyable job has probably been The Man from U.N.C.L.E. with Guy, and arguably my best job as well. And so the opportunity to come back on to a project like this, to work with Guy, with this sort of subject matter, was a no-brainer for me. And so I jumped in with both feet very eagerly, and very happy to be here. For me, the interest in him came from the kind of person it took to be someone like him during that period. In this day and age, it's a bit more usual, but to be one of the first people to start the team and to start the process of deniable operations took a certain type of person. And that's what's fascinating about him. I have a lot of friends who have served in those sort of units, and I feel a sense of duty to represent them properly. And while this is less of an historical documentary and more of a character piece, I wanted to put that sense of fun into these characters, as well as the danger. They're extraordinary people, but they were also slightly mad. The mission in this movie is so important because it was about removing Nazi Germany's U-boat dominance in the Atlantic, and by U-boats I mean submarines. And the war would probably have been lost had this mission not been successful. And Gus's line, whether it has still survived or not, I'm not too sure. But him saying we're giving birth to deniable operations is important because of the time. It was something that was unthought of. It's in the title, Ungentlemanly Warfare. But they weren't going to win otherwise. And that's one of the special things about people like Winston Churchill, is that he could see the wood through the trees. And it was about, I mean, I'm sure he had many failings as a man, but one thing he did right was win the war. And if he didn't, by doing things like this and forming teams like this, then we'd be living a very different life now. The wonderful thing about Guy Ritchie is that he's excellent at crafting character. But you can't just be excellent at crafting character. There have to be people who can pull that off. And this team of actors is very good at pulling that off. They bring their own little piece of something to each of these roles, which make them unique and not just a carbon copy of something that Guy is trying to portray. Everyone has their challenges as a character, and everyone fills their role so wonderfully, and it's great to see. Expect a characterful, fun ride. This is, as much as it's about a very, very serious operation and a very serious time in human history, it is actually presented in a way that is devil-may-care sort of attitude of these extraordinary individuals. And it's a laugh, which I think a lot of these people may have had, because they were dancing around the edges of madness, and that's what made them special and capable for this kind of mission. And so people can expect to see unusual characters doing bombastic things.
第二次世界大戦下のイギリスに
To neutralize the German U-boats,
非公式の特殊部隊が存在した。
You won't like them. They're all mad. Marvelous.
They're picked up by the Germans, torture and death.
Abort this mission now.
Sorry?
Can't hear you.
Please do. Oh.
アンジェントルメン